Hello students, welcome to Bodha Academy. I am Kamlakar, lecturer in physics. In this video, we will be discussing about concepts and formulas related to fluid dynamics. These formulas will be useful for quick revision while preparing for competitive exams such as JEE Mains, NEET, MCET, etc. Fluid flow is of two types. First one, streamline flow. Second one, turbulent flow. Streamline flow is also known as laminar flow or steady flow. In steady flow, velocity of fluid at a point is constant, whereas in turbulent flow, velocity of fluid at a point varies with time. Next, we'll discuss about characteristics of an ideal fluid. First one, the flow of fluid must be steady. Second one, the fluid must be incompressible. That is, for incompressible fluid, density of fluid is same at all points. Third point, fluid flow must be non-viscous. That is, there must not be internal friction between adjacent layers of fluid. Fourth point, fluid flow must be irrotational. The minimum velocity at which a fluid flow changes from streamlined to turbulent flow is known as critical velocity. The critical velocity of a liquid is given as R into eta divided by rho into 2R, where capital R represents Reynolds number, 2 small r represents diameter of tube, eta is coefficient of viscosity, rho is density of liquid. Flow is steady for Reynolds number less than 1000. Flow is turbulent for Reynolds number greater than 2000. If Reynolds number value lie between 1000 and 2000, then liquid flow is unsteady. That is, flow switches from steady to turbulent and vice versa. Next topic, equation of continuity. Let Mn be tube of flow. Let A1 be area of cross section of tube at M, A2 be area of cross section of tube at N, V1 be speed of fluid entering the tube at M, V2 be speed of fluid leaving the tube at N. Then, according to equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. Equation of continuity is based on law of conservation of mass. Equation of continuity can also be expressed as Q is equals to V by T, that's also equals to A into small v, that's equals to constant, where Q is equals to rate of flow of fluid, capital V is equals to volume of fluid entering in time t, small v is speed of fluid. Next, we will discuss about applications of equation of continuity. First one, water flowing down from a tap. Let A1 be initial area of cross section of tube of flow at a point where water leaves the tap. Let V1 be speed of water at this point. As water flows down through a distance h, its speed increases to V2, where V2 is equals to under root V1 square plus 2gh. As A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2, we get pi R1 square into V1 is equals to pi R2 square into V2. On simplifying, we get R1 square into V1 is equals to R2 square into under root V1 square plus 2gh. Next, application of equation of continuity. Liquid flowing through Y-shaped tube as shown in figure. You can observe that at one side, area of cross section is A and fluid is entering with a velocity V. At this end, area of cross section of tube is A1 and speed of flow is V1. At this place, area of cross section of tube is A2 and speed of flow is V2. In such case, AV is equals to A1 V1 plus A2 V2. Next topic. Mass of fluid flowing through a cross section of pipe in unit time is called as mass flux. That is, mass flux mu is equals to mass of fluid by time. Mass flux is given as m by t, that's also equal to AV rho, where m is mass of fluid flowing in time t, A is area of cross section of tube, V is speed of flow of fluid, rho is density of fluid. Next topic, pressure energy. It is a kind of potential energy possessed by liquid due to its pressure. Ability of doing work by a fluid by virtue of its pressure is called as pressure energy. It is given as P into dV, where P is pressure exerted on fluid, delta V is change in volume. Next topic, Bernoulli's theorem. When a non-viscous, incompressible, irrotational fluid flows steadily, then sum of pressure energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy per unit volume of fluid remains constant at all points in the path of flow. That is, P plus half rho V square plus rho G H is equals to constant, where P is pressure energy per unit volume of fluid, half rho V square is equals to kinetic energy per unit volume of fluid, rho G H is equals to potential energy per unit volume of fluid. For horizontal flow of fluid, H is equals to 0. Then Bernoulli's theorem for horizontal flow of fluid can be expressed as P1 minus P2 is equals to half rho into V2 square minus V1 square, where P1 is pressure exerted by fluid at a point where speed of fluid is V1. P2 is pressure exerted by fluid at a point where speed of fluid is V2. Rho is density of fluid. Applications of Bernoulli's theorem. First one, dynamic lift. Aeroplane wing has streamlined shape. On top side of aeroplane wing, air gets contact with more surface area. Hence, streamlines come closer. Speed of air increases and pressure decreases. On bottom side of aeroplane wing, air gets contact with less surface area. Hence, streamlines are not closer. Therefore, speed of air decreases and pressure increases. Thus, on bottom side of aeroplane wing, pressure is more than pressure on top side of aeroplane wing. The difference in pressures on top and bottom surfaces of an aeroplane produces a dynamic lift. The force of dynamic lift is given as F is equals to P2 minus P1 whole thing into A. Dynamic lift force is also expressed as F is equals to half rho into V1 square minus V2 square whole thing into A, where V1 is speed of air at top side of airfoil, P1 is pressure exerted by air at top of airfoil, V2 is speed of air at bottom of airfoil, P2 is pressure exerted by air at bottom of airfoil, A is area of airfoil, and rho is density of airfoil. Next application of Bernoulli's theorem, pipette tube. A pipette tube is used to measure the velocity of flow of water in a canal. Using pipette tube, the speed of flow of water in a canal is given as V is equals to under root 2gh, where h is height of rise of water in pipette tube from the top surface of water in the canal. Next application of Bernoulli's theorem, horizontal flow of fluid in a tube of non-uniform cross-section. According to equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2, where V1 is speed of fluid in the tube at cross-section area A1, V2 is speed of fluid in tube of cross-section area A2. From Bernoulli's theorem for horizontal flow of fluid, P1 minus P2 is equals to half rho into V2 square minus V1 square, where P1 is pressure exerted by fluid at a point where speed of fluid is V1. P2 is pressure exerted by fluid at a point where speed of fluid is V2. Rho is density of fluid. Solving equations 1 and 2, we get speed of fluid at cross-sectional area A1 is V1 is equals to under root 2 into P1 minus P2 whole thing divided by rho into A1 square minus A2 square. Next application of Bernoulli's theorem, Ventrimeter. There are two types of ventrimeters. First one, ventrimeter that is used to measure speed of gas flowing steadily through a tube. The diagram is as shown in figure. According to equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2, and according to Bernoulli's theorem, P1 minus P2 is equals to half rho into V2 square minus V1 square. Solving these two equations, we get speed of gas in the tube is V is equals to under root 2 HdG whole thing divided by rho into A1 square minus A2 square, where D is density of mercury. The second type of ventrimeter that is used to measure speed of liquid flowing steadily through tube is as shown in figure. In this case, the speed of liquid in the tube is given as V1 is equals to square root of 2gh whole thing divided by A1 square by A2 square whole thing minus 1. Next application of Bernoulli's theorem. Thrust on a rocket. A rocket ejects fuel or hot gases from its chamber. Let A1 be base area of cylindrical chamber. A2 be area of hole through which hot gases escape from rocket. P1 is pressure maintained in chamber. P0 is atmospheric pressure. Rho is density of fuel gases. Then speed of ejecting gases is given as V2 is equals to under root 2 into P1 minus P0 whole thing divided by rho. Thrust exerted on rocket by escaping fuel is given as F is equals to A2 rho V2 square. Substituting the value of V2 and simplifying, we'll get F is equals to 2A2 into P1 minus P0. Next concept, Torseli's theorem. Torseli's theorem is used to determine speed of efflux. Efflux means fluid outflow. Consider an open tank filled with water up to a height capital H as shown in figure. Let the tank has an orifice. Orifice means a small hole. Let small a represents area of cross section of orifice. Capital A represents area of cross section of tank. Let area of cross section of orifice be very small as compared with area of cross section of tank. Then small a by capital A is negligible. Let H is equals to depth of hole from the free surface of water in the tank. Rho is equals to density of water. P0 be atmospheric pressure. Then velocity of efflux is given as V is equals to under root 2gh. Hence, Torseli's theorem can be stated as the speed of efflux of a liquid from an orifice of an open tank is equal to speed acquired by a freely falling body from the free surface of liquid. Consider a vessel with water at a height y from ground. In this case, velocity of efflux is given as V is equals to under root 2gh. Time of fall of water from the orifice to ground is given as T is equals to under root 2 into capital H plus y minus small h whole thing divided by g, where capital H is height of water level in the vessel, small y is height of stand on which vessel is kept, small h is depth of the hole from the free surface of water. The horizontal range at which water falls onto the ground from orifice is given as x is equals to under root 4 small h whole thing into capital H plus small y minus small h. When small h is equals to capital H plus y whole thing divided by 2, then range is maximum. Next point. The velocity with which water strikes the ground is given as V is equals to under root Vx square plus Vy square, where Vx is equals to under root 2gh and Vy is equals to under root 2g into capital H plus y minus small h. Note, when vessel is on the ground, then y is taken as 0 in all the above equations. Note 2. When the ratio of area of cross section of orifice to area of cross section of tank is not negligible and vessel with water is on ground, then velocity of efflux is given as V is equals to under root 2gh whole thing divided by 1 minus small a square by capital A square. Note 3. Time taken by water level in a tank to fall from initial height h1 to a height h2 is given as T is equals to capital A by small a whole thing into under root 2 by g whole thing into under root h1 minus under root h2. Time taken to empty the tank, that is h2 is equals to 0, is given as T is equals to capital A by small a whole thing into under root 2h by g. If you love watching this video, then click on like button. If not subscribed, then do subscribe. Share this video with your friends and classmates. Thanks for watching video.